Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay. So we are at verse 17 of chapter 9. And we did verse 16, which said that it was talking about the rituals that are mentioned in the Vedas. So I'm the Kritu, I'm the sacrifice, the yagna. And then he said, within the yagna, all the things that we do, I'm the offering to the ancestors. They call it swadhaha, when we offer something to the ancestors. So there were three things they mentioned. And then they said that I'm the medicinal herb, means aushadhi, all the plants and all that we offer. And mantras also is Bhagwan only, and also the butter. I'm the fire and I'm the oblation. I'm the ahuti that was given. So when we were talking about all that, I was mentioning last time, I think sometimes all these things can seem very dry for Bhagwan. Like as though Bhagwan is something, the love part is not mentioned here. And कृष्ण भगवान को लगा होगा कि अर्जुन को लग रहा होगा कि सब कितना रूखा सूखा है सब कुछ, तो फटाफट उन्होंने बोला कि नेक्स्ट वर्स बोल दिया. So then you will see that how much love is involved between the relationship of God and us. That is really warms up everybody's heart about it. So this is a verse. Pita hamasya jagatah mata dhata pitamaha Vedyam pavitra omkaram riksama yajurevacha. Pita, so everybody knows. Pita, Father's Day just came. Aham, me, I'm the father, he's saying. Asya, of this, jagataha, jagat, world, everybody. Not just you, me, you, all the animals, bugs, everybody. He's the father. And then not that, doesn't end over there. कोई बोलेगा माता कौन है? मैं ही हूँ माता. Dhata. Dhata is a sustainer, because the mother and father together, they sustain this world. So sustainer. Or dispenser of fruit of action. So each term has its meaning. Word meaning is there, and one superficial, and then there is a deeper meaning also. Adhyatmic meaning of all these things, and we will see. So he's a dispenser of fruit of action, and when we discuss it, we'll understand what it is. Pitamaha is grandfather. So I'm also the grandfather. And Vedyam, the one thing to be known. कौन सी चीज को जानने लायक चीज कौन सी है दुनिया में? That's what I can say in Hindi. So वो मैं ही हूँ. Pavitram, and we have all know the word pavitra, purifier. Onkar, we did the whole Upanishad on it. So now everybody should know what is Omkar, is Om. And it's a symbol of that Brahman. And then Rik, Sama and Yajur. These are the three Vedas. यहाँ पर अथर्व वेद को मेंशन नहीं किया है, मगर बाद में ऐड हुआ है अथर्व वेद. इसलिए हम लोग अभी 4 वेदा बोलते हैं, but there at that time those 3 were more popular, so they said it. Eva also means मैं वेद भी मैं ही हूँ. And then it the next verse also goes into what he is more and more he's going to talk about. These verses are very, very beautiful, and they're very meditative. If anybody is having difficulty in meditation, they can read these verses. It'll make them. And even if suppose we are feeling down or something, if you read these verses, you will feel very, very good. So very, very beautiful verses. So Bhagavan says to Arjun, sir, understand that I am the father of this world, So he is the one who has literally given birth to this world, right? Unhi se nikla hai, isliye father, And, how Nikhilanand ji was saying that this concept of father as a Bhagwan, as a father, is in Christianity is very strong. Because Jesus always says, my father. Jesus ko bolte hai, son of God, right? So Bhagwan is his father. So he always referred to Bhagwan as his father. So even this in Christianity is there, in our Sanatan Dharma it is there. And they just call it Father in heaven because their description of heaven is different than what technically, but they mean kingdom of Bhagwan. जो अपना एक ब्रह्म लोक और ये अलग अलग लोक हैं, उनके लिए हाईएस्ट लोका is the heaven. You know, just the name is different, but they mean probably the same thing. So then, Nikhilanand ji is funny. He said, okay, अभी आपने बता दिया, Arjun की concept है, Arjun का question. It's a silent question that we have to just assume that he's as though he's asking. So बता तो दिया father कौन है, अब ये भी बता दो mother कौन है. So that's the question may have come in Arjun's mind, and he's saying, okay, mother bhi main hu. He said, I alone am the mother, so I am father and mother both in this world. So now what is the adhyatmic meaning of this? So thoda sa technical hai, I'll try to explain, see if we understand. So they say कि ये दुनिया भगवान से आई है, right? So they have this, what is a material cause is the word they are used. Material cause, ये material कहाँ से आया? Because the way they describe कि कोई चीज़ बननी होती है ना, so they give an example of a pot maker, right? And you must have, I don't know whether you have heard this example or not, but this is in Vedanta, this example is there. To make a pot means to create something new, you need like a pot maker, the pot wheel, जिसपे वो क्या बोलते हैं, I don't know हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं उसको, जिसमें से वो चक्का जैसे चलता है and then घड़ा ऐसे बनाया जाता है. So you need the instrument, right? And you need material, the मिट्टी. 3 things are required. So ना ये दुनिया बनी है तो फिर बोलेगा कि who is और जो pot maker को efficient cause बोला गया. Efficient cause meaning intelligence behind. So वो तो भगवान ही है, हमने देख लिया. भगवान की वजह से दुनिया है. He is an intelligent cause. And then what is material cause? An instrument is also Bhagwan. So it's coming from Bhagwan only. And then material, यहाँ तो मिट्टी है, वो material भी भगवान ही है. भगवान ही खुद बन गए हैं ये. Like ocean and the waves. It's H2O at the substratum. H2O itself has taken the form and become the wave. So, and then the other example they give in the Vedanta, that how can that happen? So in the worldly example, the spider is the best example. When spider wants to make a web, where does it get the material? It doesn't go to Home Depot to get the material. Its own saliva, he makes it. So he's taking it out from himself. So that's another way they explain that भगवान ने अपने आप से ही वो material cause भी वही हैं, इसीलिए वो माता और पिता दोनों हो गए हमारे. that सब कुछ वही हैं. So that's what material cause and efficient cause comes under. So and then what does he, and there's another technical way they talk about it, that माता and पिता दोनों को मिला के, that it's the पुरुष and प्रकृति, right? That so वो भी माता पिता हो गए कि नहीं? पुरुष is पिता and प्रकृति is माता. So प्रकृति is born out of Bhagwan only, or it is divided, whichever way you want to put it. But at a very, very pure level, it is one entity. Then as though it divided into 2. So, as though divided into Mata and Pita. And then we saw in the previous verse, he said that this Prakriti, which is modified to become the world, I am the Adhyaksh. Remember they had used, we may have forgotten, that, Adhyaksh, there was like the one who keeps an eye on someone. ठीक से काम वाम कर रहा है कि नहीं, So, Mata, Pita, दोनों. सबके दोनों के रोल अलग अलग हैं, But दोनों इसमें भगवान ही हैं. And then he was saying that how in our Puranas also with these concept is there. So when we talk about Shiv and Shakti, एक तो हो गया पुरुष and Prakriti, उसका दूसरा नाम दे दिया Shiv and Shakti, right? तो शिव एंड शक्ति इज ऑल्सो माता पिता का ही कॉन्सेप्ट है वो. एंड देन वी सॉ दैट वी हैव अर्ध एंड नारीश्वर, उन दोनों को मिला के एक ही बना दिया, और आधा शिव है आधा शक्ति है. सो वन एंटिटी बट देन इट गेट्स डिवाइडेड इनटू टू. And so we can say masculine and a play of masculine and feminine role in this world, you know. And then he was saying that how in Chinese philosophy, some people believe कि ये Indian philosophy के through ही आई है. Whether you believe it or not, they also call it yin and yang. You know, the two words, masculine and feminine. You know, so उसको दोनों के मिलन से ये पूरा संसार पैदा होता है. You know, that's how you can see it. So what Nikhilanandji was saying, a very nice thing, that is, if we are true devotee of Bhagwan, we should not feel like an orphan ever in our life. You know, sometimes, you know, when we, at our age, when we lose our parents, we say, oh, I've become an orphan or something like that. He's saying that, and sometimes when we are feeling down, he was saying, we feel, अरे मुझे तो कोई पूछता ही नहीं है, you know, मेरे बच्चे मुझे छोड़ के चले गए, whatever, जो लोग इंडिया में होते हैं वो लोग, उनके बच्चे यहाँ अमेरिका में आ जाते हैं, and then they cannot, you know, connect with them very easily. So a devotee should not feel lost like that, because भगवान declared, मैं ही तुम्हारा पिता हूँ, मैं ही तुम्हारी माता हूँ. So that's why we don't need to feel like an orphan if we believe in Bhagwan. And then the next word he uses is dhata. You know, he says Mata, Pita, and Dhata. So Dhata means जो धारण करता है. You know, the one who holds you, the one who sustains you is Dhata. So he's saying that, and in a general terms, we can say he is the one who takes care of you. We may be thinking, oh, I'm earning the money and then I'm getting the food, you know, but there are so many factors in sustaining, right? That just money is not going to sustain you. You know, तुम्हारी जो digestive fire है, ये है, वो, everything is him only. The way you cook the food, the fire and the stove is also him. So he sustains in so many different ways. You know, if you study the whole Gita, you'll be say that he's everywhere, taking care of us, something like that, you know. And then there is another concept of Dhata is he's the one who giver of fruit of action. Because we are born and we have to do karmas and we do action. Who gives the results? He gives the results. And our teacher used to say, there is no mistake in God's math. हम लोग को ऐसा लगता है कि किसी को ज़्यादा मिल रहा है, किसी को कम मिल रहा है, किसी को ये हो रहा है, वो सब वो उसके हिसाब से देता है what we deserve. That's it, no other. It's just like a parent, you know. कभी कभी थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा भी दे देगा, हम लोग जिद विद करेंगे, पर एंड में वही देगा जो हम डिजर्व करते हैं. ओके, अ गुड पेरेंट विल डू दैट. So, and then he was just saying that if you just think about it, this world is such a complex place. You know, so many desires, so many beings. बोलते ना, चींटी से लेकर और हाथी तक. और किसी ने एक कोई कहावत है कि वो भगवान ना कण भर का चींटी को देता है और मन भर का, मन जो होता है ना इंडिया में इतना सारा, ना हाथी जो खाएगा ना. I mean, I saw in India, I had gone to some temple and they were feeding the hathi. So they were letting you feed him also. Huh? You give some money and they'll let you feed. So they said, okay, feed the banana. So I thought he will give me one banana. उसने पूरा वो एक डजन का बंच दिया मुझे. So this is what you... और वो हाथी ने एक सेकंड में बूम गल्प कर लिया. 12 of them. I said, ये तो हम लोग, you know, 2 हफ्ते में खाएंगे. और उसने एक सेकंड में खा लिया. You know, so basically we're seeing that how much complexity is there, very complex system. And then he was just saying that the whole this world, चलो universe को तो छोड़ी दो, हमारी जो धरती है उस पे ही देख लो कि he is taking need of everybody very systematically. And then he was saying among the jivas also, reject of one jiva becomes a food for another jiva. है कि नहीं? Like one jiva discards something and the other one are ready to grab it, you know. So that's what is cycle in this. It's saying that it's very strange because Bhagwan believes in no waste. It's this धरती पे कुछ वेस्ट नहीं जाता है. हम लोग को लगता है कि हम फेंक रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर, सब रिसाइकल वगैरह के हो के कुछ बन जाएगा. और अभी वो there is a huge problem of plastic, right? Plastic is going here, plastic. And may, you know, about 200-300 years के बाद पता नहीं क्या होगा, और मे बी 1000, 2000, 5000, और वो प्लास्टिक भी कुछ बन जाएगा, भगवान नहीं जाने. We don't know, we can't see. Obviously, we want to be sensitive and not destroy the earth, but everything gets recycled here on this earth, and Bhagwan is the one who's managing all these things. And then he was just saying that how even when the huge animal dies also, I've heard that कि जब कोई whale मरती है ना समुद्र में, तो कितने सारे जीव के लिए भोजन बन जाती है वो. Thousands and thousands of fishes, this, that, feast on it, और end में वो सब उसका खा पी के वो कर देते हैं. They're just bones रह जाते होंगे, वो भी bones भी minerals बन जाते हैं and all that. He's saying that you can be elephant remains, but after a while you will see in the jungle even elephant remains will not stay there because there is a whole thing going on. So he was just saying that this is another aspect. We never think about it that way, systematically very complex. We may not understand, but it is happening. And then again, another thing he was saying, among people also, so many demands, so many desires, so many likes and dislikes, सबको वो manage कर रहा है. So he's saying that everything has been taken care of properly. So then how properly? Just like I said, that we get what we deserve and not what we desire. We have to deserve. So he was saying that if we want to desire something, then make yourself deserving of it. So then instead of saying, why I didn't get it, think about it, why I didn't get it. Make yourself more deserving, right? I thought that was a very good point, he said. And he's saying sometimes, but how we are humans. No, I'm not deserving, but फिर भी चाहिए मुझे. दे दो. So कभी वो दे भी देते हैं. Just like a father, if a child is not deserving, still keeps giving. So most of the time you will see that we get things and we are not really deserving of it. Still we get it. So much we get from people, from things, and whatever you say. So he was just trying to tell like this, And then he's saying with Bhagwan's grace you get everything, And now he's saying that, okay, you are my mother, you are my father, you are the dhata, and now what about parents के parents? वो कौन है भाई? Grandfather कौन है? So he's saying, मैं ही तुम्हारा मैं ही अपने father का father हूँ. This is the most unusual thing, okay? Because Pitamaha is a grandfather. And so there are two ways to looking at it. One is a surface thing, is also grandfather का we talked about it. कि बोलते हैं ना कि क्या बोलते हैं, ब्याज ज़्यादा प्यारा होता है और something, I don't know the exact wordings, कि अपने बच्चों से भी ज़्यादा grandparent, grandchild होता है. Like my own, huh? मूल से ज़्यादा, yeah. So that's what it is. Like sometimes my son will say, Mom, like they come back from a trip, like this morning I picked them up, they're gone on a trip, and sometimes they will say, you only look at the Adi, हम लोग भी हैं यहाँ पे, say hello to us also, give us a hug also, ध्यान आदि की तरफ ही जाता है. So I'm the grandfather. But what is the other meaning? Technical meaning क्या हुआ? Grandfather का causeless cause. Why? Because somebody will say, okay, हम लोग बच्चों को भी बोलते हैं, भगवान ने ये दुनिया बनाई है. So कोई innocent बच्चा होगा, फिर भगवान को किसने बनाया? Right? भगवान ने दुनिया में भगवान को किसने बनाया जी? भगवान is self-created himself. There is nobody behind him. Right? उसको बोलते हैं causeless cause. That, no, you can't go beyond that. That's what grandfather, I'm being a grandfather. So technical meaning is that, and then there is a element of love in grandfather. So both. Nobody else created God, eternally existing, self-existing, like that you have to say. And because, another technical way, I don't know if that will make sense, but I'll try anyway, that Bhagwan is a nature of existence. Sat, Chit, Anand. उसमें जो सत aspect है ना, वो the very existence aspect is from Bhagwan. Like when we say that things are existing, this phone is existing, this glass is existing. What do we mean by where that existence comes? It's come from Bhagwan. That's another way you can look at it. So it is a little technical. And the next word he uses, Vedyam. Vedyam means the thing that to be known. कौन सी चीज है जिसको जो जानने लायक है इस दुनिया में. बिकॉज हम लोग का जो क्यूरियोसिटी होती है ना जानने की, कि मैं ये जानूं वो जानूं, ये नॉलेज वो जानूं. बुढ़ापे में भी हमको लगता है कि न्यू थिंग्स आई वांट टू लर्न, ऐसा क्यों हुआ वैसा क्यों हुआ. ऑल दैट इज ग्रेट. बट जो सबसे ज्यादा जानने लायक चीज है वो क्या है? वो मैं ही हूं. दैट्स व्हाट भगवान इज सेइंग. दैट एंड सो वेद्यम, that which has to be known also, you can say. What is the final thing that you should know? And the way, another way people explain this is, once you know Bhagwan with its essence, tattva se tum usko jaan loge, everything in the world will be known to you. It's like, it may not be the best example, but anyway, little bit it can explain. He's saying once you know the composition of H2O, and what it can do, different things it can do, that means you know everything about the ocean. You know its waves, you know its form, you know its, once you know it, the basic thing, you know everything. Something like that. So once you know Bhagwan, you know everything. And then he was just saying that with the help of all the sadhana, and that whatever we are doing, we are trying to learn about the essence of Bhagwan only. And then when we come to the 15th chapter, Bhagwan will say the same thing. Because many times I was saying that how in Bhagavad Gita he repeats a lot, Bhagwan, because he wants us to understand it more and more. So he says that in all the Vedas, I am that essence that to be known. Veda ka essence bhi hoyi hai. Isme bhi wo aage bolenge. So through all the mantra, sadhana and various discipline that we do, it is to know him only. So he is the Vedyam. So that's why he said, I'm the Vedyam. Okay. So now the next thing is, okay, Bhagwan is Pita, Bhagwan is Mata, Bhagwan is Pitamaha, grandfather, he is the supporter, Dhata, he is the one to be known. अभी मैं जानूं कैसे उनको? तो इधर मेथड भी बता दिया जाए. I am the Omkar. And we know what is Om. Om is another name of Bhagwan or another symbol of Bhagwan. And इसको पवित्र बोला है एकदम. Because once you do the Om sadhana, your mind gets purified. Right? और भगवान बोलते हैं ना भगवान का नाम लो. क्यों बोलते हैं? प्योरीफाई करने के लिए. That's why purifier. और ये हरे कृष्णा वाले तो बहुत ज़्यादा उस पर एम्फेसिस देते हैं. लाइक वो बोलते हैं, कोई बोलता है कि ओ आई एम हैविंग दिस प्रॉब्लम दैट प्रॉब्लम, तो सबसे पहले बोलेंगे जाके चैंट करो हरे कृष्णा मंत्र. Because and some of those young people swear by it, that I was having so many problems and all I did was I started chanting it every day, very, and don't ask me how, but it happened. I started feeling better. They actually share those things. So, this is what it is. That it is, the Om is the one that is purifier. Bhagwan ka naam is a purifier. And this is, Omkar, we have seen the essence of all mantras it is. So अगर कोई कुछ बोल नहीं पाए, बीमार हो, कुछ भी हो, और कुछ नहीं, तो ओम ही बोलता जाए, ओम के बारे में ही सोचता जाए, it will take you to the higher. Because he's saying that, we have seen in the last chapter also, he talked about, chapter 8 also, he talked about Om. There was a whole verse on there. And Om keeps coming in every Upanishad, in everything, and, it's just such a powerful thing. So that's the support we can take to know God. If you are having a problem, And he's saying that sometimes what happens is people get overwhelmed by different religions and different... in Hinduism, to khair, it's like other people say that I have one book, like Bible. And, Christianity में Bible है और उसमें कुरान है. और हमारे यहाँ पूरी लाइब्रेरी. मतलब नए ग्रंथों का नाम सुनने को मिलता है. इतना मटेरियल है कि दिमाग ही घूम जाएगा. राइट? फील्स लाइक वन लाइफ इज नॉट इनफ. हम लोग ने 5 साल से हम लोग सारी 3 उपनिषद कर पाए. अभी तो 108 है. इस जिंदगी में तो पूरा नहीं होने वाला. तो बोलते कि इतना, हाउ डू आई ग्रास्प? ओके, calm down. You don't need to grasp everything. One little thing you start grasping, you will get everything. इतना पावरफुल, सबका सार है ये. You try to understand what Om is, and you got everything, And then he was just talking about the Ramayana, because Ramayana and Mahabharat, some people, वो भी एक तरह से शास्त्र ही हो गए, right? So I was trying to think how do I put it in the modern world? It's like case studies. होता है ना, case study होता है कि भाई I have this concept, how do I understand? So then in the law and all, there's a case study. ऐसा हुआ था, ये हुआ और उसका ये परिणाम हुआ. So these two are like case studies. They are our scriptures only. Scriptures are coming out through them. Then the practical life में मैं इसको कैसे करूँ? So there's so many tips, so many this thing. But रामायण का पूरा सार जो है ना, वो इतने सारे श्लोक है. और एक और कोई पौराणिक कहानी है कि एक्चुअली रामायण को शुरू में शिव जी ने क्रिएट किया था. कुछ 1 करोड़ मंत्र थे उसमें, और फिर धीरे धीरे ना वो सब डिवाइड होते गए. एंड में शिव जी ने, पीपल कुड नॉट हैंडल सो मेनी मंत्र. जस्ट अ कॉन्सेप्ट, जस्ट अ दृष्टांत. I don't know really happened or not, but it has some very strong message. एंड में शिव जी ने बोला 2 ही चीजें हैं, 2 शब्द हैं, शब्द भी नहीं, 2 letters in पूरी रामायण में which are like most powerful, रा एंड म. तुम पूरी रामायण भूल जाओ, रा और म को याद रखो, राम को याद रखो, and तुम सब कुछ मिल गया. Okay, right? So that's how same, like Om and Ram, they are same thing, okay, representing that high. Because he was just saying that sometimes connecting to God can become dry and difficult and nirakar, and how do I, something that is everywhere, something that is a substratum of everything, how do I connect to it? We're trying to make it a little sweet, a little gentle, little beautiful. तो उनको उसका सार उन्होंने राम में डाल दिया, राम में, कृष्ण में, वर्ड में, या हरे कृष्णा मंत्रा यू कैन से, और ओम, उसको थोड़ा sweetness दे दिया उसको, this rishi muni and all that. And then he was just saying that how Tulsidas ji also, in somewhere in Ramayana he mentions that Ram and Om are the same. So whether you say, the bhav is the same. So here Krishna Bhagavan is talking about the Om. Beautiful sound, beautiful mantra, pavitra, extremely pure, and all that. And then he was saying that how this Om belongs to the entire creation and entire humanity, and whoever listens to some of those accounts of those NDE people, people who have had near-death experience, some of them came back and said they heard the Om sound in that other realm, There is one very famous a neurosurgeon from Harvard. I don't remember his name now. He has written a book, Heaven is Real or something like that. And he had a near-death experience. He describes this Om sound beautifully. He's saying when he was in that realm, that's what he heard. And he said, oh my God, this sound is the same. These Hindus talk about Om sound. So itna uska power hai. And then other people think that ye jo bolte hain na, Amen, and this Muslims say Ameen, it has come from the same sounds, Om. So that's why it is a very universal, and we know it's made of A, U, and Ma. And when we do Swamiji's commentary, he has kind of summarized the Mandukya in there. I mean, we'll see. Whoever has done they will relate to it. So he's saying it's a beautiful devotional upasana. And Nikhilanandji was explaining that when you connect with Om and perform your action, then you will do karma yoga. When when you contemplate upon Om, what it is, you are doing Jnana Yoga, Gyan Marga you are taking. All of them connect to this. And then if you surrender completely to Om, then you are doing bhakti. All 3 can be achieved through this Om. And the highest state can be achieved, Om sadhana. That's why he has mentioned that it is मैं ही हूँ पवित्र ओंकार Om. And then Nikhilanandji was saying, okay, after doing Om sadhana also, you not connecting to God completely, start studying the Veda and Upanishad. Go back, circle. Okay. So he's saying वो तीनों वेदों का नाम ले लिया यहाँ पे. Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and later on Atharva Veda also. We can take all 4. Bhagwan says, I alone am those Vedas. Because सारे वेदों का सारी वो सबस्ट्रेटम है, सब भगवान ही है, ओंकार ही है और भगवान ही है और ब्रह्मन ही है. And that is, so now if we summarize now after seeing this whole thing, summary is that I alone am the factor to be known, Vedyam. So you are the one that you should. And to help with the process, to guide you with that, I'm giving you some tips. मैं ही mother हूँ, मैं ही father हूँ, मैं ही grandfather of this cosmos हूँ. So with this attitude, if you worship, you will learn who God is. It will become easier for us, you know. And then, so then basically, you know, Nikhilanandji was just reminding us that in first 6 chapters, he talked more about Jiva, Arjun, you know, or us. And then the next 6 chapters, I was saying, starting from chapter 7, he's talking about himself, Brahman. And we are going deeper and deeper into what Brahman is, sinking in more and more. So that's what is happening. And then the next verse, obviously, you will see that he continues. It's also very, very beautiful. There, he's going to give other tips. Ki kaun hai Bhagwan? It really will warm our heart even more that who he is. So that's what this whole thing is about. Any comment? Any question? Anybody wants to add anything?
Not add, but you know what you talk about, Satchit Ananda, and I looked at the Ananda part of it. That's what it's describing, that he himself, because he himself alone is. And therefore I realized, you know, he talked about the Sat aspect, the existence aspect of it. Then how the elements, the objects are connected, that's with consciousness, how they operate. Then we talked about that. Now we're bringing the love aspect of it. So bringing Sat, Chit, Ananda all in that aspect.
Yeah.
So that's what I...
Very nicely, yes. Everything kind of connects with each other, you can see, you know. So that's what it is. That's what you realize, that whatever they're talking about, it just fits really nice. That's the beauty of our Upanishads and all these things, that it really fits very well. And one of my friend is studying Ayurveda, and she had studied the Vedanta first and now Ayurveda. And she said, my God, it's all connected. The whole health system is 100% connected with that, you know.
And you know,
there's no division there.
That's the Upanishad. Oh, we're going to talk about Ananda.
Ananda, exactly. The source is that. Yes, it is just fitting. It always goes side by side. Absolutely.
Right. And that would be just great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a very beautiful verse, isn't it? It makes you very, very peaceful inside when you know that he is the father, he is the mother, you know.
Yeah. This is why Tumeva Mata cha Pita Tumeva. That's what reminds me of.
Absolutely. And interesting, उसमें ना तुम्हें माता च पिता तुम्हें बंधु च सखा तुम्हें. So next में आने वाला है कि I am your friend, he will say to Arjun. Sruhud. Or Sruhud word is a very special word for a friend. It's not like ऐਵੇਂ ही नहीं बोलते ना, फ्रेंड्स हर एक फ्रेंड नहीं होता. वो बोलेगा मैं तुम्हारा फ्रेंड हूँ, पर फ्रेंड कौन होता है? हुज ओनली एंजाइटी कि मैं इसका भला करूँ. अगर फ्रेंड को कभी थप्पड़ भी मारना पड़ेगा तो वो मार देगा. True friend is the one who wants you to be happy and on the right path. And he will do everything possible for you to do that. तो ये बोलते हैं कि लोग माता पिता की बात नहीं सुनेंगे, फ्रेंड की मान लेते हैं. Yes, because friend को थोड़ा liberty होती है कि ये थोड़ा डांट भी दे, कुछ भी कर दे. True friend. So you say, I'm your true. So you are so true that verse has come from, that shloka has come from here only.
It reminded me of that.
It is perfect, yes. Yes.
So.
Yeah. Any other point? Any comment by anyone?
Sadhguru said one thing about Om. He says the only word, you do not need a tongue to say it.
Interesting. Yeah, true. Yeah. See,
so he was just describing the power of Om.
Right.
And what is so amazing is, it is so simple a thing to do with unlimited gains, and still people don't do it.
True. And you know that particular video that you had put, Anilji, about Dr. Shweta,
Yeah.
उसने बोला कि और कुछ भी मत करो और ओम का जाप करो, उससे ही तुम्हारा माइंड के वेव्स चेंज हो जाते हैं, राइट? मतलब जस्ट लाइक यू सेड, ओम तो कोई शायद गूंगा भी बोल पाएगा, साउंड बना लेगा कुछ तरह का. इट्स लाइक सो इजी एंड सो मच अवेलेबल, एंड सो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाई कृष्ण भगवान सेड इट्स so many different verses he mentioned Om. And that's why we have a whole Upanishad on it. And another thing personally I find about Om is, I've been studying about Om for so long. Still I find new stuff. Like just now you told me you don't need a tongue to do it. I mean, it's so scientific, so deep. Every time you find something new about it. It's like जैसे बोलते हैं ना, भगवान की महिमा अनलिमिटेड है, वैसे ओम की महिमा भी अनलिमिटेड है. एंड समटाइम दे विल डू दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट कि वो ओम साउंड से दे विल हैव सम मेटल क्रम्स एंड दे क्रिएट दिस ब्यूटिफुल पैटर्न. वो सब देखा होगा वीडियोस वगैरह आप लोगों ने, दैट हाउ ओम क्रिएट्स ओम. इट्स जस्ट मोस्ट ब्यूटिफुल, मोस्ट सूदिंग साउंड. एंड योगा वाले तो स्वेयर बाय इट, तुम्हारे कई बीमारियां ठीक हो जाएगी इफ यू स्टार्ट डूइंग ओम. ब्लड प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, ये वो. इट्स जस्ट, बट लोग है ना करेंगे नहीं, पहले उसमें नुक्स ज्यादा निकालेंगे. पहले करके तो देखो, राइट? जस्ट लाइक दैट हरे कृष्णा मंत्र, बोल के तो देखो, 1 हफ्ता 2 हफ्ता 1 महीना 2 महीना, देखो कुछ फर्क पड़ता है कि नहीं. लोग बिना बोले ही शुरू हो जाएंगे नुक्स निकालने में.
Umaji, I think it is like this. When there is so much disturbance in a lake, you cannot see the bottom. And that's our mind is like this, so much disturbance. When you calm it down, then things become so clear. You can see the bottom.
Right. So, ओम को समझने के लिए भी ओम चैंटिंग चाहिए, right? शुरू करो, yeah. And then you go deeper and deeper into it. Yes. तुम्हारे बोलते हैं ना, दिमाग की परतें खुलती जाएंगी फिर. Yeah, something like that. Okay, very nice. Okay, who is a person who would like to read today?
I'll read it.
Okay, great.
I am the father of this world, the mother, the sustainer, and the grandsire, the one thing to be known, the purifier, the syllable Om, and also the Rik, the Sama, and the Yajus.
So ये Rig Ved, Sam Ved, or Yajur Ved. So that's how we say it.
Nice. The self is not a vague, imperceptible spirit of existence in all fields of activities divine, sense emotion, sense relationship, sense qualities. In order to show that there is an order of love that permeates the very essence of the self everywhere, the finite relationships of the world are borrowed to indicate the mass of love that the self is. I am the father, the mother, the sustainer, the grandsire, the purifier of the worlds.
So we discussed it, and sans means without. So it's not, Bhagwan is not without emotion, without relationship, without qualities, because, these things we very easily understand about them. Everybody knows the relationship with the father, mother, grandfather, and all that. We know all these things. So he's just bringing Bhagwan, down to our level to understand. And then the most powerful message, one of the powerful messages is that there is a love that permeates in this cosmos. We may not understand that, but they say प्रकृति में उसका जो motive है वो love ही है. There are some other Upanishads and all will explain that how जब वो बादल बरसते हैं, गरजते हैं, वो सब love की वजह से. It's giving. Love में त्याग भी होता है. You give something up. ऐसे करके समझाया गया है. So it's just bringing you that because we may not be able to define love, but everybody knows there's some greatest emotion in this world, and he's saying that also is Bhagwan only. That's why he's bringing those relationships to us.
जो yogis होते हैं, they go to meditate anywhere. They are not afraid of anything.
No.
Because that's what they believe. They will be protected, period.
बोलते हैं कि जिस तभी वो like in the Christianity there is one saying that faith can move mountains.
Oh, yes.
Right? So if you have so much faith in your Bhagwan is everywhere. Bhagwan बोलते हैं अरे इतना faith है मैं करके दिखाता हूँ इसको. Like I always talk about this series that is going on, Chosen, about Jesus, right? So at the very highest level, Jesus also is saying the same thing. He's trying to connect people because Judaism में बहुत सारा, he was a Jew, right? And all these people around him were there. In fact, उसको rabbi बोलते थे वो लोग, उसके जो 12 disciples थे, rabbi बोलते थे उनको. So what was I saying? That Jesus, that faith is the main thing. I lost my chain of thought about what I was going to say about faith and Jesus. Anyway, when it comes to me, I'll say it. But basically, it is that when you want some... Oh, yes, now I remember. So, Jesus ka there was one fellow who said, Mera bachcha bimar hai, or I know you can fix him. Huh? I have no doubt in my mind that you can heal him. So Jesus ne bola ki, and Jesus had not even gone and touched. Usually Jesus used to go to the child, koi bimar hota tha, koi hota tha, faith jagane ke liye, He would heal them, he would do all that. Koi langda lula hoega, wo chalne lagta tha, gunga bolne lagta tha, things like that. So he said, I'm not going to heal. Your faith is going to heal him. I don't do anything. My Father does. My Father in heaven. Because you are itna jada tu sharanagati mein tum ho, he was like totally surrendered to him. He had absolutely no doubt in his mind that Jesus can do this. So that's the statement he made. I am not healing, your faith is healing it. तो अगर कोई इतना किसी में होता है जो आपने बोला ना कि the people who are not afraid of anything, because they have so much faith in Bhagwan. He's saying, he's my father, he's my mother, he's my grandfather, he's the dhata. So he's going to take care of me. चाहे शेर आए, चाहे शेर का बाप आ जाए, मेरे को कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता. अगर कोई इतना किसी में faith हो जाए ना, I tell you, वो शेर भी बिल्ली बन जाएगा. Yeah, that's what it is. And this is, and I don't know if any one of you have seen the Swaminarayan ka movie. स्वामीनारायण ने एक मूवी उन्होंने ना स्वामीनारायण के बारे में एक मूवी बनाई थी और उसमें ये ट्रू इंसिडेंट है. तो बोले कि एक गांव वालों ने देखा सुबह वो गांव में ना एक शेर आके बहुत हरास करता था सबको. So in the morning, Swaminarayan ji was sitting under a tree and the शेर was sitting next to him doing nothing. And they got totally like floored because वो शेर भी बिल्ली बन गया. And Swaminarayan only happened like 400-500 years ago. So it's not like, okay, Ramayana, Mahabharata, I don't know, it was 5,000 years ago, thousands. This is an account of history that happened. So, whether you believe it or not, again, it's up to you. But true, that happens.
If there be thus a self, why should a seeker seek to know it? There are orphans in the world who have never seen or known their parents, and perhaps never known who sustains them or who educates them, and yet their lives are not incomplete. The ignorance of one's originator and sustainer is not a great obstacle to one's full life in the world outside. Why in the spiritual life a seeker should try to realize the truth, which is no doubt the originator of all and the sustainer of the entire universe.
So here Swamiji has raised a question. Like there are people in this world who will say, why do I need God in my life? I have everything. I'm doing my hard work. I'm getting paid, and my family is there. Everything is doing fine. So actually, somebody asked that question in Hare Krishna also last week, and this one of the speaker who was talking, he answered, and he said, "You may have everything, but it's all temporary. Then what you're gonna do? One day, Bhagwan will say, get out." So it's like you may be thinking, I have everything, and then when it comes to health, when it comes to this, suddenly something can happen. So then where do I find the peace? If you don't believe in some higher power, then you will be so dejected. You might go in depression. You might feel so upset कि why me? All those questions. So because उन्होंने बोला ना, I am Vedyam. Vedyam is the one thing that to be known. So one is a reason कि भाई once you know Bhagwan, you know everything. That's one aspect. Another aspect is once you know Bhagwan, that's the only time you will be truly happy. Otherwise, it's going to be all temporary. Today you are happy, tomorrow you're going to be unhappy. Even with Arjun, the same thing happened. Arjun knew the Shastras, but he had probably not meditated enough for him to sink into him that, hey, all these people their body is going to eventually fall. Whether you are a Bhishma Pitama, whether you are Arjun, even Krishna Bhagwan ne apni jo body li thi, it also fell, right? But there's something more to it in life, That's how you have to see that without knowing that substratum, we can never fully be happy, never fully be at peace. Because that's what this Swamiji raised this question, that he's saying that I am the sustainer, I am the father and mother. There are orphans in this world who don't know their father and mother. They're still doing okay. But here it's something beyond he's talking about. And then he will explain in the next paragraph what it is.
But isn't it true, Umaji? To know oneself is the complete thing.
Either you can take it this way or that way. You are absolutely right. Because वो बोलेगा ना कि कोई बोलता है कि जो नास्तिक लोग होते हैं कि I don't believe in God. So one question you can ask them, do you believe in yourself? Right?
Exactly.
So they will say yes, because कोई ये नहीं बोलेगा कि I don't know myself. Okay, where did you come from? Oh, I came from, my parents and all that. Where did the parent come from? Then you can bring them and then they have no answer.
Right.
So even if you try to know by yourself, come to the same point.
So then they will,
Yeah.
will be sad. There's more satisfaction to know who you really are.
Really.
Then.
True. So usually when you don't want to know Bhagwan, or you say it's out of ignorance because you have not thought through deep enough. Like somebody was saying कि ये science में बोलते हैं कि जो life कहाँ से आया तो कोई एक theory है कि वो aliens ने कुछ गिरा दिया यहाँ पे. Aliens आए थे और वो life को, I don't know if you guys have heard this bizarre theory. So किसी ने बोला अच्छा ठीक है जी, alien आए थे, alien को किसने बनाया? Alien के पास कहाँ से आई life? तो इस science का question तो अधूरा ही रह जाएगा if you keep saying that alien ने बनाया है, So that's what it is.
The verse insists, I am the one thing to be known, and this is the repeated assertion in all the scriptures. The self is that, having known which, everything else becomes known. To know the self is to escape the consciousness of imperfection, the existence finite, and the sorrows poignant. To live in the ego as a mere embodied self is to live self-exiled from the divine potentialities that one is heir to. To rediscover this infinite beatitude is the only satisfying end and goal of life, where alone an awakened intellect can discover a heaven of peace and an enduring existence in perfect tranquility.
So in this paragraph, Swamiji is explaining why we should know Bhagwan. He's saying to know the self is to destroy the consciousness of imperfection. Means, imperfection will go away. Existent finite. Finite means, kitna bhi bada sukh hoga, it will come to an end. And we will see when we do the Taittiriya that जो worldly sukh होते हैं ना, temporary होते हैं. But अगर हमको ये पता चल गया कि वो कहाँ से source उसका क्या है, then only we will have that permanent happiness and the sorrow. So who doesn't want all these three things, right? So that reminds me of a दृष्टांत कि एक सेंट ने ना ऐसा स्टेटमेंट बोला कि सब राम को चाहते हैं. Ram is representing that Brahman, that God, that Om. So one of the student was from the audience says, no, there is one person who doesn't like Ram and he doesn't want Ram. तो कौन? रावण. सबसे पहले ये आएगा रावण. राम ने. तो अभी सेंट ने ये स्टेटमेंट बोला तो उसको प्रूव भी करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो ही सेड कि अच्छा मैं बताता हूँ कि रावण भी कैसे चाहता है, राम को ही चाहता है. तो बोला कैसे? तो बोले कि रावण चाहता है कि मैं हमेशा अमर रहूं. तो बोले हाँ. रावण चाहता है मैं हमेशा खुश रहूं, मीन्स ब्लिस. Of course. And and we know that if you want bliss and you want eternity and all those things, you have to be conscious of it too. कोई बोला मैं कुंभकर्ण की तरह सोता ही रहूं तो फिर तो you have to be conscious. सच्चित आनंद तो रावण भी चाहता है. तो बोले हाँ वो तो चाहता है. तो बोले राम और है क्या? सच्चित आनंद है तो वो भी यही चाहता है, उसको खाली मालूम नहीं है कि वो राम में है. राम को दुश्मन समझ रहा है अपना. But I thought that was such a beautiful दृष्टांत that जो लोग दुष्ट लोग भी होते हैं ना, जो बोलते भगवान से लड़ाई करने को तैयार हो जाते हैं, वो भी चाहते वही हैं जो दूसरे लोग चाहते हैं. They just don't know that this person can give me that. That's all it is,
The self, the substratum of the entire living kingdom, is symbolized by the Vedic mantra called Omkar. Life conceived of as the flow of constant experiences should be the sum total of all experiences in each one of us during our waking, dreaming, and deep sleep states. The substratum of these three states and their experiences must be something other than these three. Inasmuch as the rider is always different from the ridden, the container is different from the contained, the substratum is different from the supreme positions upon it.
Yeah, superimposition. Superimposition means, there's something you have and then you impose something on it. It's like mirage is there. So mirage is superimposition about the sand or something. It looks like a water, So that's called superimposition. Or the best superimposition is snake and the rope. Everybody knows in this class now what is the drishtanta of rope and a snake. So the rope is lying and you think it's a snake. So it's a superimposition. So all he's saying is that the Vedic mantra Omkara, he's talking about that Mandukya Upanishad, that all our experiences are only three. You can divide it into three: waking, dream, and deep sleep. So ये तीनों experience का कोई एक substratum होगा and वो है, उसको represent करता है Om. So it's representing the three states and the substratum all together is Om. You have a question, Meena ji?
There is also the thing, flow of constant experience. In order for the flow, that means the continuation of the change. There has to be something unchangeable there underneath. And that's the substratum. And that's what they're talking about. There has to be something else other than experiences.
Yes. For change, like that statement that Swamiji makes, for change to happen, you need a changeless entity.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. So like for waves to happen, you need ocean. Without ocean, no waves. Right. So that's the substratum. Correct. So you can look at it that way also. Very good. Yeah.
Muhammad, ये जो meditation है, ओमकार की जाप, is all to remove the superimpositions.
Yes. Yes. That's why they say that, like when Om bolte hai na, to usme jo between two Om, that silence is there. That silence represents. And the symbolism is कि भाई पहले silence है, फिर उसमें से Om शब्द बाहर निकला, फिर उसी में वापस समा गया. Same way, So there are so many different ways of the sadhana. And then there is a different significance of U, and Ma. We saw that is a waking state, because when you say it like opens up your consciousness to the waking state. And bola to as though you're getting sleepy. Bola to you're merging into that deep sleep. That's the symbolism, Yeah.
I just recently found out that in Arya Samaj, they don't think Ram or Krishna is Bhagwan or something. They just think Om is the Paramatma.
Yeah, it's one of those things that some people love, that Nirakar type of sadhana, right? So that's why they follow that. But to say that Ram and Krishna are not भगवान, देन वो दूसरे लोग रूठ जाएंगे, बिकॉज उनको वो क्या बोलते हैं, फॉर्म वाली साधना ज़्यादा अच्छी लगती है। पर भगवान दोनों हैं, राइट? भगवान दोनों इसलिए हैं क्योंकि वो भगवान से ही आया है फॉर्म भी, जो हम लोग भी हैं। सोचो, हमारा भी तो फॉर्म है कि नहीं, राइट? और हमारे में निराकार भगवान भी है, फॉर्म वाले भी हैं। सो दोज पीपल लुक एट इट दैट वे। पर जो लोग कट्टरवादी खाली निराकार करते हैं ना, वो बोलते हैं नहीं बाकी कुछ नहीं है, खाली ओम है, तो उनकी सोच ठीक है, हम क्या करें। बट
आचार्य जी said कि Krishna was a Yodha and Ram was a very pious, moralistic person.
Okay, now you say he's a Yodha, he's a pious, everything is great. उसका substratum क्या है, right? Substratum क्या है? So you can say अभी योद्धा हो, कुछ भी हो, हम लोग भी देख लो, you might have 5 different aspects in your life, but then you are you, right? Who is that you? That's what we have to worry about. That's what. So if we just go look at the form and look at this thing, फिर तुमको उसमें शायद भगवान नहीं दिखाई दे। पर यहाँ पर हम लोग ने सीखा है गीता में कि वो फॉर्म भी भगवान से ही आया है। और हमारे जैसे हमारा बॉडी है, राइट? इट्स मेड ऑफ 5 एलिमेंट्स, और खाली 5 एलिमेंट को देखोगे तो उसमें तो कोई आधे एलिमेंट में तो फॉर्म है ही नहीं। वायु में फॉर्म नहीं है, आकाश में नहीं है, तो हमारी बॉडी में है कि नहीं वो दोनों? तो वो 5 का मिलके फॉर्म बन गया। तो इफ यू गो डीप इनटू द फॉर्म यू विल एंड अप द सेम प्लेस। दैट्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग। पर किसी को ना, सॉरी,
these Rishi Munis do not believe in me, but I am the Adi Karan of those. That I am the one who created all this. So he says that in Gita somewhere.
I mean, he's saying it everywhere. We started from chapter 7 already, right? He said that, Purush and Prakriti, or he said my higher nature and lower nature.
Right.
Higher nature one sustains the lower nature, whichever way you want to take. But what happens is, when I get too jaded in one kind of thing, I start criticizing the other people. And like somebody was saying, I was watching, I think Bharat was watching Krishna series, तो उसमें वो उद्धव की कहानी है। आप लोगों को पता है कि नहीं पता नहीं, उद्धव की कहानी। उद्धव उनके कजिन थे कृष्ण भगवान के, एंड ही यूज्ड टू लव निराकार। तो इसलिए कि आपका जो निराकार रूप है ना, वो ही सारे दुख मिटा सकता है, बाकी कुछ नहीं। तो ऐसे ये गोपियां रो रही हैं, वो ये सब कर रही हैं, तो बोले कृष्ण भगवान बोले मैं क्या करूं? गोपियां प्रेम में इतनी मगन है कि उनको प्रेम के सिवा कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है। उनको निराकार विराकार कुछ नहीं चाहिए। तो वो उसको लगा कि भाई निराकार ही खाली साधना बेस्ट है, बाकी तो बेकार है सब। तो कृष्ण भगवान ने उसको भेजा, जाके उनको सिखा के आओ। When he went there and he interacted with them, वो तो बोला कि बाप रे, ये तो मेरे से भी बढ़ के है। मैं निराकार की करता हूँ, but they are 10 steps ahead of me. मतलब love is the best. He converted. He said love is the best thing in the world. So then that's how it is. So but to say that one or the other, किसी को ये पसंद है, किसी को वो पसंद है, but I don't agree with it when they say Bhagwan is only this or Bhagwan is only that. I feel very good to think he's both. And Gita ka message bhi wohi hai 100%. Because when he come to next chapter 10, Bhagwan will say how to see God in the world. He's going to teach us. So after we are done with chapter 10, तुम जहाँ जाओगे तुमको कृष्ण भगवान ही दिखेंगे. Yeah, true.
This fourth state, supporting and embracing the 3 ordinary states of consciousness in every one of us, is termed as Turiya by the Upanishad seers. The one symbol representing all these 4 states is called Omkar, and naturally, therefore, the ultimate indicated by Om is the self, conceived of for the purposes of worship as Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam.
So, Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam represents the Om. And I don't know whether you have heard that वो जो गणेश का विग्रह है वो भी ओम का ही विग्रह है। गणेश भगवान को लोग पूछते हैं ना, कई लोग गणेश और ओम को ऐसे मिला दे के बनाते हैं वगैरह वगैरह. सो इट्स अ सिंबलिज्म इज देयर. एंड समवेयर कृष्ण भगवान ने अर्जुन को बोला दैट भगवद गीता इज माई हार्ट, हृदयम, इट्स माई हृदयम. तो बोलते भगवद गीता भी भगवान का हार्ट है, इतना वो प्रेम करते हैं मतलब अपनी वाणी से. So yeah, because that Bhagavad Gita is the one that can take us to the highest and all that. Whichever way I want to look at it. And here in this one, it's just talking about that Om represent both form and formless. So Induji, when they say na ki Om represents only the Nirakar, that's not true. If you go to Mandukya Upanishad, it says that waking state, and dream state and sleep state, both are represent all three as well as the highest state, they're Nirakar. So the Om symbol is everything.
I didn't know much about the Arya Samaj. Recently I went to Arya Samaj and I didn't see any Ram, Krishna or anything over there.
This is what it is.
And they said that Om is Bhagwan.
Because they like that, that's all. But there was another Acharya of Arya Samaj of Houston only, because we were from Houston, right? And we had become really good friends. And I don't remember his name. He was the first Acharya. He was very open-minded. And he used to, we used to have a discussion. He's saying, कि हाँ हम सभी को मानते हैं. He was also आर्य समाजी. So आर्य समाजी में भी ऐसे लोग हैं जो राम कृष्ण, इनफैक्ट उन्होंने तो जोक भी करते थे, बोलते थे कि मेरे को एक बात बताओ. तो बोला क्या? तो बोले कि हमारे जितने भी देवी देवता हैं ना, सब अस्त्र शस्त्र लेके खड़े हुए हैं. कृष्ण भगवान चक्र लेके खड़े हुए हैं, राम भगवान धनुष बाण लेके खड़े हुए हैं, हनुमान जी गदा लेके खड़े हुए हैं, और वो देवी को देखो तो उसके 10 हाथ में 10 वो है, क्या बोलते हैं, वेपन्स बोलते हैं. फिर हर जगह हिंदू पिटते क्यों हैं? That's what he said. तो हंसे ना हम लोग. तो बोले कि देखो हम लोग अपने भगवान को नहीं मानते हैं, बिकॉज खाली शस्त्र जब खुद का टाइम आता है तो बिल्ली की तरह चुप हो जाते हैं. तो शेर बनो थोड़ा. Anyway, he was very funny. So that's how it is. Anyway.
The self is the essence indicated by Om, and this absolute reality is the one thing tacitly expressed or implicitly implied in all the Vedas, and therefore it is said, I am also the Rik. Did I say it right? Rik?
Actually, it is Rig. Rig.
Yeah, Rig Saman. Okay. I'm also the Rig, Sama, and Yagus.
So it is like this. Rig Ved, Samaved, or Yajur Ved. Yajur, that's how you say it. But I don't know. When they say they put in English, they have their own rules. I don't know why it sounds like Rig. It's not. It's Rig, Sama, and Yajur, and Atharva. Those are the four. So we know now that in the whole Vedas, the essence is the Upanishad. Upanishad ka essence is that Brahman, or all that is God only. When they say God in the purest form, Om ka bhi wohi hai. So whether you take Om or you take Vedas, सबका subject matter एक ही है. बोलते हैं ना जैसे मैथ के कितने सारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उसका बेसिक मूल मैथ है. So वैसे ही this is what it is, that it's me, it's Bhagwan.
It is to be noticed here that the compiler of the Vedas, Vyas, in the Gita recognizes only the 3 earlier Vedas and not the
Atharvan, yeah.
Veda, wherein the discussions on engineering and such other secular sciences preponderate.
So he's just saying that अथर्व वेदा को बाद में जोड़ा गया है, उसमें वो सारे दूसरे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, इंजीनियरिंग और वो आई डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली कौन कौन से, बट जो वर्ल्डली सब्जेक्ट्स हैं ना, वो भी उसी के भाग हैं, अथर्व वेदा के भाग हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाट ही सेइंग. बाद में ऐड किया गया था, इसके लिए उन्होंने नहीं बोला. अपन उनको 4 बोलते हैं. Like we said that Bhagavad Gita, you have to take, you can't कट्टर ढंग से भगवद गीता को नहीं लिया जा सकता. That's why you need a guru, that what is Krishna Bhagavan trying to say over here, and then if the modern day things you have to add to it then, and then understand it. because the basic nature of humans don't change, or the basic nature of this cosmos doesn't change. We have to learn that. But the other things can change. Like somebody was saying, Upanishad, they say 108 hai, some people say 300 hai. They said that Upanishads are being created as we go along too. Right? So it's not a fixed thing. The number can change. Other people can write some Upanishad also in the future, some other Rishi Munis and all that. So we can't take it, means we can't become like fanatic about it. Ye hai to yehi hai, aisa nahi hai. It's infinite.
Umaji, actually in Bhagavad Gita, even if you cannot read the whole Bhagavad Gita, certain verses are so beautiful.
Yes.
They can show you everything you need to know.
Absolutely.
Even these verses 16 and 17, oh my God.
They are exactly. So see, this is what happens. I suppose you have never studied Bhagavad Gita and somebody starts with these, and then you will be so curious. Ye itna acha hai, main baki bhi padhu. Right? It will pull you in. Mujhe to, after I kind of started studying in and enjoying it and going deeper into it, mujhe sabse zyada dukh yahi baat ka hota hai, why they don't teach in the schools. Why they look at it as a religious book. Why can't they look at it as some higher philosophy, something to help you, something to become a better human? Imagine if all our children and us, we studied this from, first grade onward. हमारी कितनी enriched होएगी life, कितनी enriched होएगी.
Umaji, actually several corporations in America, they are teaching Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, because now they are realizing the value, and I always give this example in my own family. This is my brother who I was talking about, who passed away. His son, Neil, long time ago, abhi to it's been like 25 years, he went to Stanford University. And I had started going to Chinmaya Mission before that and all. My brother got so excited, he called me, he said, can you imagine what they gave him as a summer studies? Because it seems like when you get admission in Stanford, they give you before you come to the school, you study this. Some book they give. So usually, he's saying they told him to study Bhagavad Gita. Can you believe that? Stanford in the summer reading before he joined the college told him to read Bhagavad Gita. I was like, wow, हमारे Indian लोग शायद इतना उसको value नहीं देंगे, दूसरे लोग are giving that value to it.
What is the biggest example is Oppenheimer. He learned
Sanskrit to do, exactly, yes.
अच्छा उमा जी, while growing up, हम सबके घर में, I'm almost sure, महाभारत भी थी, रामायण भी थी, चाहे हम जैन थे, हिंदू थे, बुद्ध थे,
Interesting.
we had these. पर खोल के उनको शायद ही कोई पढ़ता था.
Because हम लोग को भी
में जरूर पढ़ी होती थी.
हाँ, exactly. गीता तो सभी के पास होगी. Impossible है कोई हिंदू घर नहीं जिसमें किसी ने दी होगी.
हर घर में थी.
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने.
हर घर में थी. महाभारत भी. At least just मतलब my dad was a university professor, तो शायद academic world में भी, पर हम chemistry के professor, फिजिक्स के प्रोफेसर, बायोलॉजी, किसी के घर में भी चले जाओ, on the bookshelf they had these gems of Indian literature.
Yes.
लिटरेचर की तरह सोचते थे उनको, खोल के शायद कोई देखता था.
So किसी ने somebody made a very interesting statement, like in the Hare Krishna temple. That day our entire family was there, and my son said, I come over here and all that. And then one of those brahmacharis over there said, you come here because Krishna is calling you over here.
Yeah.
And then my son said, I never thought that way, Mom. I think that, I said, yes, even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagwan said, जब हमारे पाप थोड़े कम होते हैं ना, तब आध्यात्म में interest आता है. So it may be sitting on your bookshelf and all that. जब तुम्हारा time आएगा ना, तो तुम उसको खोल के पढ़ना शुरू कर दोगे. कोई आके तुमको बोलेगा, कुछ करेगा. So just pat on yourself on the back if you are interested in Bhagavad Gita. Yes.
Umaji, actually, I had a copy of Bhagavad Gita on my bookshelf for maybe 15-20 years. I opened it several times. I could not understand anything. So finally, somebody borrowed it and he never returned. And then when I met Sushilji, through him, I got introduced to this group, and now I'm realizing the value of Bhagavad Gita.
And I think that the reason he took it because कृष्ण उसने उसके मन में इच्छा जागी होगी तो कृष्ण भगवान ने आपको निमित्त बना दिया इसको दो भगवत गीता तो अच्छा हुआ वो ले गया अच्छा हो ये सब बहुत पुण्य का काम है
सुशील जी तो सुशील जी के थैंक यू कहना है थैंक यू सो मच we are blessed
so and I remember कि मेरे फादर ने मुझे ये सब spiritual books दी थी just like you Asha ji saying and it was sitting on my shelf and then
मुझे भी दी गई थी
right सभी हमारे पेरेंट्स वगैरह देते हैं हमको ये सब और एक बार जब शुरू में मेरे को कुछ नहीं मालूम था I had not joined चिन्मय मिशन एंड देखो एक मंदिर था वहां पर उन्होंने कुछ गीता पारायण वगैरह किया था थोड़ा गीता के बारे में बोला तो मेरे को भी क्यूरियोसिटी हुई तो मैं कंफ्यूज हो गई भागवतम भी था और भगवत गीता तो आई डिडंट नो ये क्या है कौन किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं एंड आई टुक बोथ एंड आई टोल्ड दिस मैन जेंटलमैन यू नो ही वाज लिटिल एल्डरली टू मी ही सेड मेरे को समझाइए कि ये क्या है इमेजिन आई डिडंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट इसे तो उसने फिर मुझे थोड़ा ये कि ये भगवत गीता है ये भगवत पुराण है ये पुराण है दिस इज एसेंस ऑफ बोला होगा बहुत सारी चीजें थोड़ी बहुत दिमाग में घुसा देन आई गॉट मोर एंड मोर क्यूरियस देन व्हेन आई जॉइंड चिन्मय मिशन दैट्स व्हेन द होल थिंग स्टार्टेड सो आई वाज very ignorant about it if I go back in my life 35 years ago I didn't know anything but the more and more you learn the more it's like a mahasagar उसमें डुबकियां लगाते रहो और कुछ जेम्स निकालते रहो that's how it is
जी सबसे बड़ी बात ये है कि आपके पास किताब होने से कुछ नहीं होता you need a guru to explain it to you.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have, all those people in Chinmaya Mission, I would not understand. You are absolutely right. And then, when I became a Bal Vihar teacher, that's when the real thing started. Because you had to go deeper and deeper, and then
Very
you
true.
learn more and more. And this class also does the same thing to me, that I have to study more and more, and I understand it deeper and deeper. So I'm so thankful to all of you. So with that, shall we close Bhagavad Gita? Anybody has anything last comment burning thing okay Om sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om